How many times have you made a New Year's resolution involving fitness only to give up on it after a couple of weeks? I myself have been guilty of this exact same scenario, but recently I have found a goal that works for me. You too can also find a resolution that works for you as long as you follow a certain set of steps when making the resolution. I believe that it will be much easier to set your goals once you learn how to make them achievable, measurable, and I also believe that these goals can be used to combat the high rate of obesity within America. Before learning how to set these goals, however, it is important to understand why these fitness goals will be essential to not only you, but the entire nation as a whole. The United States of America boasts some of the highest obesity rates within developed nations, and according to National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey of 2021, the United States had an obesity prevalence rate of 41.9%, which means that 41.9% of the people of the population had obesity. More crazily, from 1999 to March 2020, the obesity rate increased from 30.5% to 41.9%. And although this is only an 11.4% difference, keep in mind, prevalence is regarding the entire population as a whole, and the population of the United States has grown from 1999 to 2020, meaning that 11.4% is much higher when it comes to terms of actual people who are obese. This is a major concern because obesity can not only cause major health complications, but also a variety of underlying diseases. The following diseases are a few examples of illnesses caused by obesity: hypertension, diabetes, coronary heart disease, and etc. More terrifyingly, obesity can also lead to various kinds of cancer, including meningioma, adenocarcinoma, and multiple myeloma. Now, we know that the prevalence of obesity in the United States poses some terrifying risks, but let's begin setting goals to combat it. How can we set these goals, you ask? The best way to form a fitness goal for yourself is to make it achievable. Here's the first thing to think about. How much experience do you have? If you have never done fitness a day in your life, then it is best to set a very easy goal and at the beginning, and you can increase the difficulty as you see fit. On the other hand, if you have fitness experience in the past, you probably know what your body can do. So use that experience that you had in the past and set a goal that you think will be decently challenging. Keep in mind, it's okay to not reach your goals at first. It's completely fine if you don't, blow through your goals the first time, you don't excel. That's the point. The point is to struggle. If the goal is too hard for you to complete, then you make it a little bit easier. But if it's too easy, you can always make it a little harder. Follow your goals, be disciplined, and here, take this for example. If you can do 50 push-ups, if you can't do 50 push-ups a week, then perhaps do 30 push-ups a week. Just find the perfect number for you, and once you have that number, slowly work on increasing it. See, that's another part of making a goal for yourself. How measurable is your goal? It is important that your goal is quantifiable because this means that you can track your progress. Your goal should have a certain amount of units that you're trying to achieve, as well as a certain time frame that you are trying to achieve those goals by. Take the same example from earlier, 50 push-ups a week. The unit you're trying to achieve is 50 push-ups, and your time frame is 1 week. You need to acquire 15 units of push-ups within a time limit of 1 week. This measurability is what will allow you to continue challenging yourself, as well as helping yourself grow. The technique is called progressive overload. Progressive overload can be applied in various different ways. Progressive overload can either be increasing the amount of units you do, perhaps maybe doing 70 push-ups a week, or you can be reducing the amount of time you have to do those units, like doing 50 push-ups in 3 days. Progressive overload is basically just a more complicated way of saying, make things harder when they become too easy, and make things easier when they become too hard. In conclusion, obesity is a major and rampant issue that the United States is facing, and there are ways we can combat that issue. And one of those ways is by setting fitness goals for ourselves and to fulfill those goals. These goals should be achievable, measurable, and most importantly, they should be personalized to each and every person. Make your fitness goals today, and you might find yourself feeling more healthy, motivated, and energized in no time. Get out there, make those goals, and try your best. Thank you.